Batman Arkham Asylum is a game that allows you to live out your deepest fantasies, such as being rich, having a deep voice, and talking to women. Oh, and there's also some superhero stuff in there, but that's really more of a side attraction. Batman and the Crazy House is the sequel to Lego Batman, praised for the most realistic Duplo graphics in superhero history, and it kickstarted the brilliant Batman Arkham franchise, still the best superhero game franchise of all time. Take that, sticky fingers. In this game, you play as In this game, you play as the 1% Man, a very dedicated cosplayer, immune to fall damage who wishes to peacefully share the benefits of capitalism with the non-believers. Sorry, should have just tried not being poor. Trapped in a British sitcom, join the epic quest as Batman fights a colourful cast of characters such as the OnlyFans model, the other OnlyFans model, the Gym Bro, the Veganism, and several other bad puns I may or may not have thought of. If you seek a game with clunky yet captivating combat, simple yet satisfying stealth, and amazing yet abhorrent Arkham Asylum alliteration, then this will be the game for you. As I have a little bit of experience in this franchise, I am qualified to be your guide. You can trust me. Without further ado, let's explore, crouch, and scream internally as we dive into Batman Arkham Asylum. So, am I passing my driving test?
Batman, you ran over 2 pedestrians.
It's fine. They were electrocuted and launched out of the way at high speeds.
What the fuck?
Batman doesn't kill. Our story begins as we arrive in the Asylum of Arkham, my favorite pork snack, and we meet Warden Ronald Bush of the Sus Bald Guys Association. Hello, I am Mr. Incompetent, and this is my prison.
And I am Secure Itty God, and I am very trustworthy. Oh no, you got me. I'm totally defeated. I am a helpless prisoner.
Joker's being sus, Warden. I'm going to do my tasks. Yes, whatever, just don't look in my office. The gameplay begins with the most dynamic of all mechanics, walking at a controlled speed in a straight line. That's right, Arkham Asylum had a 10-year head start on Headache Kerry Orange Juice in his famous video game, I'm 14 and this is Deep Stranding. On the way, we see many dialogue dispensers and characters that might be relevant in the future.
Hello, I'm an NPC, and I have a fear of explosions.
But sadly, they aren't funny, so we're just going to skip to the end of this normal-sized hallway. Damn, it's my wallet casing.
Do you come from a land down under?
I sure am glad we'll never see him again. We get into this elevator and ride it down to one of the lower floors. Man, I sure do love these elevator rides. I'm sure we'll get many more of them in the later game. Well, if it isn't my favorite goth teenager. Well, if it isn't my favorite Jim Gordon, except for the one in Arkham Origins and the one in Arkham Knight. What? Don't worry, third place is still a podium position.
It's funny because they have different voice actors. Not like we'd ever do that.
Hello, Batman. I'm Silas. I'm taking the Joker to his cell, which will be the end of this story. So I just paid $70 for a hallway walking simulator?
Oh, don't worry, Bats. I know all about giving value for money!
Oh no, I can't possibly punch through glass.
Behold, Batman! I, the Joker, have escaped from Arkham Asylum security in a Batman story!
Nobody could have possibly seen that coming.
You know, if they'd put me with any more than one guard, my whole plan would have been totally screwed.
We must now beat up the deserving using the combat system of The Batman 2022, and believe me, it is a fantastic violence simulator. On the base level, you press square to attack, flowing from person to person with graceful punches, kicks, and elbows. You can also press triangle whenever the enemies flash you, with their attack indicators of course, to counter them and carry on your combo streak, racking up at least a streak of 10 in this very first arena. However, no one will be flashing me because we are playing on hard mode. The only thing hard about this mode will be the difficulty. You can also finish off downed enemies with a devastating ground strike, so long as there's nobody within 20 feet of you to interrupt, because apparently topping other men in prison isn't okay by them. Be also aware that you can knock somebody out via violent handjob or forceful prostate exam. You can also flip over your enemies because it looks cool and advances your positioning. On a more complicated level, that's it. Arkham Asylum doesn't really go further than 4 buttons, beyond a few special moves and gadgets that I don't have any jokes to make about yet. However, the fighting is still fun and makes you feel badass when you clear out a room of 10 people, using nothing but your fists, your feet, your cape, and your capitalism. And don't worry, this game provides us with a lifetime supply of bald ripped dudes to be pummeled. Joker runs off into the asylum and we chase after him for at least 5 seconds before getting a call through our ears that aren't actually our ears. Oracle.
Hi, Batman. What's up?
I'm in a goofy YouTube video. I need you to say funny things whenever the pacing is too slow.
Bazinga.
Hanging up, we then chase after the Joker through numerous rooms and various trials. On our way, we climb on top of gargoyles, kick a man in the back of the head, and save Steve from the Big Blue's Clues theory. We also discover one of the game's primary exploration systems, that being Among Us. But eventually, we catch up to Joker, and an epic confrontation ensues.
What took you so long?
Actually trying with my editing for once.
Well, maybe you can help me edit my latest experiment.
I see he just finished No Nut November. Welcome everyone to a boss fight, surrounded by more quotation marks than a quote. This man runs at you, but through the power of Australia, we can make him run headfirst into a wall, an accurate representation of arguments on the internet. Rather upset by this, he demands that Batman catch a body, quite literally, but we have learned how to dodge. He does this like 3 times and then dies immediately. That was quite the gripping encounter. Joker seems to think so too, as he just gives up. So Joker retreats into extreme isolation to place samurai maidens in peace, and Batman is forced to find something else to do. Thankfully, security guard hits Jim Gordon the first third, and now we're off to save him, because no one in this world can do anything except for me. Arriving at the crime scene, Batman immediately finds the Mountain Dew that the basement dweller left behind, and begins tracking his gross gamer breath through the hallways. Batman, I've been preparing another safe and convenient elevator ride for you.
No, sorry, Batman. No easy traversal for you in this game.
Well, okay then. Batman proceeds to climb up the elevator shaft the old-fashioned way, by using a futuristic grapple gun, and quickly makes it to the hallway where we find men with guns. It's here where we're introduced to the second type of enemy in this game, Republicans. We sneak up behind them and do them the dirty, and a brief taste of stealth, but we'll get back to that later.
Do you mind? I'm in the middle of some very important business.
Oh, Batman's on his way. He's gonna get you.
No, you.
Wait, what?
Taken from behind. Lucky man.
After being sus, we enter a room, and it's here where we find the second half of the Batman Arkham combat system, the stealth. Oh, you left. For those of us who are still here, let me tell you why this is actually a good thing. While in most games, stealth sections make you want to get a social life and go outside, the Arkham Predator combat is actually designed well. You sneak up behind these men and apply various quiet takedowns, such as the back hump and the forced armpit inspection. This will take enemies down silently and relatively quickly, though do be warned, once you initiate a takedown, you will not be moving until the man is unconscious. Death is secondary to getting my ninjutsu yellow belt. These enemies use guns against you, which do damage to your health bar, so you must avoid them via crouching, walking, or slight elevation. They will never learn to look up. The best part is where you drop down from the gargoyles and hang them up like a tasty salami. You can choose to cut them down and let them land on their heads, or leave them hanging there until they perish from being upside down. Either way, remember, Batman doesn't kill. So we beat the stealth and, oh, he's dead. Well, now what do we do?
Heidi ho, Batman. It is I, the Riddler.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Cower before my immense intellect, for I have over 300 answers on Quora, and I average about 2 upvotes per shitpost.
Bold words coming from your mother's basement.
Oh, cope harder, you no-karma-having Wojak.
Welcome to the true goal of the game of the Batmans. We are harassed by a Redditor who tells us that if we do not complete his laundry lists of game extender tasks, he will hack into our Twitter account and say the N-word. In order to crush his hopes and dreams, we will need to break all of Joker's free dental care, collect his mixtape, find his entire Funko Pop collection, and save Imajaz his entire NFT gallery. Well, that doesn't sound too bad. It's a good thing I'm a virgin. In order to avoid becoming like Edward Potnoodles, we quickly head outside to touch grass, and we encounter one of the best shots in the entire game. Shortly afterwards, we find a bunch of people protesting the inclusion of the Batmobile in Batman Arkham Knight. Because they are wrong, we must now commit assault, which is ultimately the same logic. Damn, my car got piped. So lucky. Out of the back of the Batmobile, we pick up the explosive gel, allowing us to spread our goo over up to 3 surfaces and blow the load remotely. This stuff just writes itself. We then find Gordon's vape and begin following the trail to find him. Are you sensing a pattern with this detective stuff? The only difference between now and then is that we can commit property damage. I am not paying for that. Hello, nurse. I'm here for my Contrafibularities 1987 vaccination the 4th, please.
What the fuck are you saying?
What the fuck are you saying? After being turned away from this respectable establishment, we choose to leave and reflect on our life choices and become a better man. Nah, we just break in. Are we sure we're the good guy? Encountering another hostage situation, we learn the ability to use explosive gel during stealth situations. We go from gently choking these men unconscious to exploding stone walls right on top of them and penetrating their bodies with stone and shrapnel. Because Batman never kills. Hello there, Dragonborn. I am Farengar Sussyfire. What? I need you to deliver these frost salts to Arcadia at Arcadia's Cauldron. I think you're a little confused. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find the Dragonstone. That's it, I'm going to leave now. We depart on a side quest to save the 3 other doctors. We find a BDSM session in progress and promptly join in, showcasing Batman's extensive athleticism and the common criminal's courtesy of attacking one at a time. Moving on to observation, we save Captain Hook and Doctor Number 2, and we also help a young man to break his ceiling. Finally, we make it to the X-ray room, and we come across an argument.
For the last time, I don't have Uno!
Yes you do, it comes free with your Xbox.
Well, mine didn't have it.
It's a card game, they don't even charge you for it.
I don't have fucking Uno!
This meme is dead, and so are you. So we just straight up murder all these thugs, though Dr. Young is still standing there unharmed. Man, I sure hope her immunity to explosions holds up later in the game.
Did you just try to kill me?
Do you have Uno?
No.
Then yes. With our fetch quests completed, we return to the other doctors and... they're not here. They're supposed to be here. Where did they go? I've never encountered this glitch before. Did they finish their shift and go home? Batman promptly leaves and comes back during normal business hours where he finds the cutscene he was looking for. 3 men come up the elevator to shoot their shot at Batman, but unfortunately the only ones getting choked tonight will be them. We also learn the displeasure of wanting to do one really specific takedown, but the damn thug just won't come over to the wall no matter how hard you try or how many free V-Bucks you offer him. Ashamed of his performance, Batman proceeds into the elevator to descend into hell.
Enjoy this while you can, Bats. I've made sure every other elevator in the game has to be climbed manually.
Damn you, Joker.
Ah, does that scare you? No need to crow about it.
There is no crane. Only Scarecrow.
Oh shit, he was being serious. We chase after 20% of the Wizard of Oz up until we find Jim Gordon, though I suppose he's more like Jim Mortem now. Don't worry, all we have to do is walk down this normal corridor with this normal camera angle with our normal eyes until we end up in this normal morgue. Nope. Damn it. Let's see what's behind bag number 1. Son, I need to borrow some money to roll for Ganyu. Surely bag 2 must be better. The outer underwear superhero costume is cringe.
Emotional damage!
Let's just open up the 3rd bag so we can get the hell out of here. Oh, lovely. Still looks like Gotham to me. Infected with Scarecrow's toxin, we walk forward 20 feet and see the bat signal, for Batman isn't even allowed a day off when he's stuck in one of the circles of hell. However, before we can go to our next objective marker...
It's over, Batman, for I have depicted myself as the Chad, and you as the Wojak.
In order to defeat the giant Scarecrow, you must traverse Total Wipeout 2009 edition, while avoiding his giant gaze, which will lead to an instant dick flattening. To assist us, we have cover, timing, and that's about it. These sequences are a little simple in execution, but the atmosphere makes them one of the best boss battles in the entire game, which I'm not sure is sad or glad because the majority of this battle is just strategic walking. You're looking a little confused. Let me shine some light on the situation.
No, Mom, don't make me open the curtains!
Well, I'm glad I'll never see him again. Oh look, Gordon was actually just some random guy. Glad it was this random man with a loving family and children, as opposed to the man with the 5 voices. We must now traverse through one of 2 combat encounters where the stealth is actually mandatory, otherwise they'll murder Gim Jordan. Thankfully, we've been playing the game for at least an hour and a half at this point, so we're well prepared for the art of crouching. We proceed to the roof, and then step on Harley Quinn. Are you alright, Jim? I was tied up in a chair while being held at gunpoint by a sexy nurse. Don't look at my crotch. Wait, what? Hey, look, there's a room down there! On a side note, this room is the most evil thing in the game because there's a Riddler tape in here, but we can't get to it because we're in a cutscene, and now we have to traverse this long-ass Among Us entry point just to get one item, and then never visit this room again, and then go back through the same vents in order to get out again. I tear up every time I experience this. Oh, and there's also a man in here. Why is everyone in this asylum into bondage?
Save me, Batman. I must grind for Bangalore heirlooms. He seems a bit run down, doesn't he, Batman? Don't worry, I just spent his entire bank balance on free-to-play battle passes. Let me show you the results.
As Joker fuels Bane with his gamer juice, Gordon chooses to run away, and Batman kinda just stands there. And I thought he was the smart one. I may have miscalculated my odds here. Bane has gone from Latin no to Latin yes, and we get the first proper boss battle of the game. Bane runs at you very angrily, kinda like that boss we fought at the start of the video. I'm sensing a pattern. By throwing an Australian shuriken at him, he lacks the ability to turn and runs straight into a wall. You can then try to fight him like you would with any good boss in a video game, but this is highly unrecommended. Angered by the decoration in the room, Bane decides to showcase his grievances to you personally via extreme close-up. After damaging him enough via literally one repeated mechanic, we rip one of his gaming tubes off of his back, and he calls in the boys from the battle bus. This makes the fight arguably more fun, as we're now participating in a twosome, plus some more, but overall this is not a very good boss fight. It's repetitive, not that interesting, and disappointing for a character like Bane. Evidently, Bane is crushed by my harsh criticism. Oh no wait, that's just the roof. I went into a hospital, and I came out more injured. Thanks, America. Batman, you made it out of the conveniently one-way sewer hole. I did. How in the hell did you get up here so fast? I just took the elevator.
I'm about to level up, Batman, and you look like just enough XP.
Hey Bane, ever heard of Batman Arkham Knight? Shame about the Batmobile. Don't worry, I won't need it until the sequel. I wish I could ride something. Get on the boat, and try not to get inexplicably kidnapped again for some reason. You want me to bring backup or the military? No, this is my Batman Arkham Asylum Return to Arkham PS4 Remastered Edition. Having just completed one of the best first 3 hours in gaming history, Batman is hit with that feeling when you just completed one of the best first 3 hours in gaming history, and Biggity bounces to Dead Man's Point to jump off immediately. Apparently I can't take fall damage in cutscenes either. We now enter into Batman's man cave in one of the coolest moments in the game, complete with an indoor waterfall, a banging PC build, and several lethal drops, the ideal gamer setup. Oracle, this video has gone on for too long. Bring up a Wikipedia plot synopsis.
Okay, bet.
That bastard! Joker's been trying to create a new variety of monster energy. It will turn mortal gamers into raging beasts of destruction, bent on destroying the world.
Monster Energy already does that.
Yes, but this one has the monster in all caps. Troubled by this news, we finally obtain a new gadget, the long-distance nipple pincher. With this, Batman immediately proceeds to send several thousands of dollars worth of equipment into the eternal darkness. Leaving our gamer cave, a feat thought impossible to 99% of players, Batman ascends through the catacombs in yet another manual climbing segment, though this time your grapple hook is useless unless you're falling to your death. See, this is actually having to do it the old-fashioned way. Thankfully, this climbing bit is pretty easy, and we're soon in the open once again, only for these snipers to send us right back into our holes. These enemies are rather tricky because they've played at least 3.5 hours of Modern Warfare 2, but you're Batman, so you've learned how to crouch. Entering the Arkham Mansion via the roof, because that's become a trend at this point, Batman fights and flights his way through several rooms in pursuit of the plot because I neglected to tell you what's actually happening. You can't property damage the mansion. You're nowhere near rich enough to get away with that. Beset by several setbacks such as the Discord ping necklace and the timed bomb defusing segment, why does it not come with a timer? This is going to give me anxiety. Batman eventually finds the recipe for Joker's monster energy and destroys it, successfully stopping his plans forever. Oh god damn it, he's caught the doctor who created it. Well, guess we're going to save her and... oh. It's Dark Souls Gwendolyn. We continue down this normal corridor until being treated to an audio flashback of Batman's parents being murdered, an unheard concept in a Batman story. After this tragic and moving scene, we end up stuck as weirdly big-headed baby Bruce Batman until we walk all of 3 feet. Apparently, carrying the weight of our grief let us speedrun 14 years of hard gym and dieting. And oh great, he's back now.
I've applied a red filter to the world, Batman! I've unlocked the powers of video editing!
This Scarecrow segment plays out exactly like the last one, except now you also have to fight the ghosts of my bank account after Raiden gets a rerun. The boss battle proceeds without incident, and we very quickly make it to the end.
I see you, Batman.
Fuck. The boss battle proceeds without incident, and we very quickly make it to the end.
Oh, there you are. I'm going to swing at you. Extremely slowly. Oh, god damn it!
And now, we're in a clock tower. I would love to have seen this journey of Batman's from an outside perspective. Unfortunately, the plot is waiting for us, so we need to escape. And just like the rest of the game, there's only one way we can solve our problems. And that way is property damage. Call me Genshin. Because I just made an impact. And I'm still not paying for that. After bypassing this singular thug and his vibrator, we find Dr. Young being held hostage by... who are you again? Thankfully, the boomerang need not know the white man whose head it caves in, and we show this man that his telemarks do not equal an interesting personality. What did he want with you?
He said I had Uno.
That joke still isn't funny.
There's no time for self-deprecation. Joker has a secret gaming cave in the garden, where he's brewing the monster energy.
Why there?
It lets him touch grass without actually going outside.
That insane genius!
I know, right? Who knows what other schemes he has planned? Oh, hey, it's a +4.